Are we live? Yes, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for qualifying at the Singapore Grand Prix, and I didn't do the live stream during it because there was some light issues, but whatever, we are back now. I am looking at the results of the third practice session, and I am seeing that the Ferrari are still struggling to make the soft tires work. Max Verstappen is on P1, neck and neck with Oscar Piastri. If I were to bet who is gonna edge out who in a stressful situation with a title fight coming up, I think it's gonna be Max Verstappen. Obviously, second, he's gonna find the upper limit. But then you also have to understand both of the Mercedes have figured out what was wrong, and this was interesting because after the Friday practice sessions, both of them were quite optimistic. But their results were kind of shit because in FP2 these guys were nowhere. They were like P18, P19, something like that. So Mercedes have fixed whatever was not working. Lando Norris still playing a little bit of catch up to Oscar Piastri. He has closed the gap. He was half a second off of Oscar Piastri, but now he has closed the gap under a tenth now. Next up is Isaac Hadjar and the Williams of Carlos Sainz. It seems that the Williams of Carlos Sainz is working better compared to the Williams of Alexander Albon. It's what it is, and Williams versus the Racing Bulls is going to happen in this fight. So we will see how they can get in the mix, how they can just get in the way of the McLarens. It doesn't seem like it, but I guess we will see. It's gonna be a hectic qualifying. The wind speed are not that high, and we will get going in a few minutes time. And yeah, where is Fernando Alonso, by the way? Fernandino, oh my god, Fernando Alonso is, wow, 2 behind, 7/10 off the pace. Wow. Who else? What else? Keith Sauber have found some pace. Williams are definitely going to be competitive, but Ferrari, man, it's just devastating. I don't know what happened. Obviously, I didn't see the third practice session, but at the same time, I mean, it's horrible. I mean, if Lewis did 23 laps and he is still 4/10 of the pace of Max Verstappen, it's not looking good, and he definitely cannot go ahead and put down the podium. But based on race pace alone, but obviously you got Osama bin Russell and Kimi Taliban Tonelli, so they can maybe do something to help out. Is the audio going out okay? Yes, the audio is going out. Great. I am actually shirtless because I just went ahead for a jog, and yeah, I'm just too hot right now, like literally, which is suiting because it's Singapore, and I couldn't just bother to, you know, just plan my run like a human being so that I would have a little bit of extra time to cool down. So I guess I'll do the live stream like this. Either way, that's why I'm just zoomed in and I'm sitting a little bit down so that not a lot of my torso is visible, which is a good thing because I don't want, yeah, I mean, I really don't want people commenting on my body when we have a very nice title fight shaping up. Max Verstappen is gonna put it on pole. We are, I think, a minute away, and we will get started. So we'll see what happens. Oscar Piastri right now leads from 69 points. And by the way, if this race, if Piastri DNFs and Verstappen wins, if that could happen, if Piastri DNFs and Verstappen wins, then going into United States of America, Max Verstappen will be, I think, 44 points behind Oscar Piastri in the title, if that happens. Now, in that scenario, it's identical to last year, because last year going into United States, Austin that is, Norris was 47 points behind Max Verstappen for time. So I think we need one more Piastri DNF and Verstappen win for a title fight to be really on. But even after that, obviously it's going to be difficult. Right now it's borderline impossible. Of course, 10 to 15% of a chance. Chances are Piastri is not going to repeat the same mistake, but sometimes it doesn't matter if you don't make a mistake. Sometimes other people just take you out. I have predicted that Charles Leclerc will take out both of the McLarens, but judging by where he is going to qualify based on their Q3 pace, it's just absolute dog shit. So this is going to be really tight. about who gets out of the third qualifying session. Q1 actually. If I were to guess who's gonna get eliminated in Q1, I would say both of the Alpines, and then probably Liam Lawson is just fucking up, man. Shit. Did Liam Lawson put it in the barriers once again? Because he did only 7 laps. Other people did almost 3 times as him. So Liam Lawson is probably an idiot, and he's going to let go of another golden opportunity. Yeah, a lot of promises that he hasn't delivered. Either way, Liam Lawson needs to find some pace. If he has put it in the barrier in FP3, I don't know. I don't really care to check for the news because the qualifying session has started, Q1 has started. But yeah, I mean, absolutely disgusting for Liam Lawson. But yeah, we will see. We will see. So anyway, both of the Alpines, Yuki Tsunoda is P18. Wow. Lance Stroll, that is expected. Franco Colapinto expected. Aston Martin and Lance Stroll has dipped right down the order. Something has happened. Liam Lawson is on the track. So, we'll see what the commentators say. Yeah, they're just talking about some promotional shit. You can watch the onboard of any driver. Yeah, I should, bitch. I should. So anyway, the results are crazy. What happened? I need to go and watch the full replay of FP3. But right now we have to watch the qualifying, and after that I have to also make the updated race prediction video. But I think my race prediction is gonna come out strong. Let's see how Ferrari, particularly Lewis Hamilton, and Aston Martin, particularly Fernando Alonso, do. And yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Is the audio... I hope I'm not fucking up the audio too much. Yeah, I have to a little bit dip down a bit because again I don't want to show my... I'm shirtless, so yeah, I think it's fine. It's fine. So alright, let's switch to the Q1 tab. The drivers are on the track. Oscar Piastri, the championship leader, is tiptoeing away at the exit of the pit lane. We are now on board with Lewis Hamilton. Brother needs to find some pace. Great helmet though, golden helmet design. And let's see who is going to put what kind of a lap time. Has anybody started a time lap? Because the track is gonna evolve. So the first lap is going to be like a test one. I think Lewis Hamilton is going to be one of the first ones to go. But let's see. Lewis Hamilton is around turn 17, turn 18. And he is about to start his time lap, and he starts his lap. Lewis Hamilton starts his first flying lap. Man, something happened to the Ferrari and the soft tires, man. They need to go out on the mediums, I guess, in order to be competitive. At least the drivers will be comfortable in that one. The soft tires really don't work on the Ferraris in Singapore so far, based on what I have seen, based on FP2 and based on the standings in FP2. So yeah, he ran wide. What the fuck, man? So Lewis Hamilton starts his time lap and runs completely wide, all 4 wheels off the track. In turn 1, that is. So he couldn't even take the first turn properly. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. So Lewis Hamilton, back to his depressive ways. And yeah, he abandoned the lap. So now I guess he's gonna go back to the race. What the fuck is happening with this guy? Anyway, Carlos Sainz is on his time lap. Personal best sector 1, purple sector 2. Impressive. Everyone except for the Ferraris seem to find out some pace in the soft tires. Even the Aston Martins have found some good pace. There's a yellow flag somewhere. What happened? Yeah, like everyone except for Ferrari and Ferrari mostly have actually found some pace in the medium. So Charles Leclerc on his time lap. Isaac Hadjar, purple sector 2. Again, those guys are fast, man. The Racing Bulls are fast. Leclerc does a 139. I think Isaac Hadjar is gonna smash that. Norris sets a purple sector 1. Gabriel Bortoleto goes P3. Wow. Isaac Hadjar 138. Yeah, they have some serious pace. Norris purple sector 1, purple sector 2. The only person who can beat him is either Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen, based on what we have seen so far. But then again, it doesn't matter what you do in the first two qualifying like first two parts of qualifying, Q1 and Q2. It matters is the Q3 lap. So just get through. Don't damage the car. Just get through. Norris does a 135. That's a good one. I think the track is gonna ramp up really. And yeah, Lewis Hamilton just fucked up his lap. Just ran wide, man. Lewis Hamilton ran wide at the first corner. Okay, he started his another lap now. Okay, he's on another time lap. Something's wrong with Lewis. It's not good at all. A guy who was known, who has the most pole positions of everyone. Max Verstappen, purple sector 2, purple sector 3, goes on provisional pole. Insane pace. Lewis Hamilton is just fucking it up. How far off is he? Personal best sector 1 and sector 2 so far, which I assume is not that difficult because his lap times have just atrocious. And let's see what he can do. Oh my god, he's just doing a lot of steering directions. Max Verstappen, provisional pole. Nearly 2.5 tenths clear of Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton, purple sector 3, 135. Holy shit. Is he ahead of Lando? Show me the timing sheets. Lewis Hamilton goes ahead of Lando. Wow. So the Ferrari have found some pace in the soft tires. Not as much pace as Verstappen. Obviously Verstappen is on another league, but I think then again it's going to change. I mean, the track is going to evolve. Someone went off track and Piastri on the radio is like yellow flags. Oh man, come on. We can't give a yellow flag for someone getting out of the way. So someone was getting out of the way, and that someone got out of the way by going off track, and then Oscar Piastri had to deal with a yellow flag because of it. So that's basically what it is. George Russell has started his time lap. But yeah, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton are on the 1 and 2. Reminds me of a very particular season. But you know, Lewis Hamilton is genuinely behind Max Verstappen. I think he can definitely find a bit more pace if he pushes, but they were nowhere in FP3. Maybe their Ferrari's FP3 was like Mercedes FP2. On paper they look like shit, but they improved their learning of the car, so maybe that is that. George Russell so far is doing good, no mistakes, personal best sector 1 and 2. I need some water. Around the final corner. Wow. George Russell goes P3. Holy shit. Oliver Bearman goes P2. It's Max Verstappen, and then behind him are like 4 different British drivers. That's insane. The Dutch have conquered the British, is what I'm trying to say. Franco Colapinto is on a good lap actually. By the first 2 sectors he is 3.5 tenths down on Verstappen, so I think he will slot in ahead of Hadjar if he continues to push. Esteban Ocon on the radio talking about his seat belt, but Franco Colapinto is doing a great job so far. I'm liking this lap. See, he went P8, not bad, not bad. I thought he was gonna be like P7, but you know, around Hadjar, ahead of Hadjar, around Hadjar. But I guess he lost a bit of extra time. Lewis Hamilton is on another time lap, and he is finding some pace, and I'm liking this. Ooh, nice. Come on, Lewis. Goes to the hairpin. Carlos Sainz and Kimi Antonelli. Oh my god, Lewis fucked up this middle sector. I think the same problem is happening again. Leclerc goes purple sector 2, faster than Verstappen right now. So the track is improving and ramping up massively. Lewis Hamilton goes almost as quick as Max Verstappen despite going slower in the middle sector. So the Ferrari are back. This is going to be one of the tightest qualifying ever, man. So people are going to put it in the barriers. People are going to put it in the barriers. It's gonna happen. Charles Leclerc goes third fastest within a tenth of Max Verstappen. Lewis and Max are just barely. Oscar Piastri is not that quick, man. Oscar Piastri is not that quick. He's not finding the pace. Isaac Hadjar goes fastest. 132. This is insane. This is the best qualifying session. More interesting than Monaco. That's all I'm gonna say. Monaco is dog shit. Oscar Piastri is not that quick, man. Piastri needs to be like a lot faster than Esteban. Okay, he is. But he's still right now I think Piastri is going to be like P9, P10 based on his pace. But if he loses even more time in the final sector, then he's gonna be like like outside the top 10. I mean, you need to be within the top 15 in order to get through, but obviously you cannot make it close. Oscar Piastri goes P6. Oops. And this is the crazy thing because I'm thinking right now you have to be on the track at the right time. So obviously the track is gonna evolve, and it's gonna, as the drivers will put more and more rubber down, the track is gonna get faster and faster. Norris puts a purple sector 1. And during this kind of track evolution, it's critical that you are on the track at the right time. And there you have to deliver under pressure. And the pressure, I don't think Norris is going to do that well under pressure. And I also don't think Oscar Piastri is going to do that well under pressure compared to Max Verstappen, compared to Lewis, compared to like the dogs. Like the old school drivers who have been there, done that. Norris sets purple sector 1 and now a purple sector 2. He is flying. I think about 3/10 faster than Hadjar by the first 2 sectors. Let's see what he can do in the final sector around Singapore. Around the final corner. There he goes and cuts the beam. Personal best sector 3. 3/10 faster almost. Isaac Hadjar, not bad, not bad. Not bad. We got 5 minutes to go. And Yuki Tsunoda is nowhere. Let's just check up on. Okay. So anyway, if you go down, you can see Kimi Antonelli, who has not set a competitive time. Yuki Tsunoda is gonna get fired. Then Pierre Gasly is at the bottom, which is expected. Esteban Ocon in Haas is a little bit confusing, but Haas is a good race car, so I guess them being here at this stage of the weekend is understandable. Nico Hulkenberg is usually he doesn't perform well in qualifying, but Gabriel Bortoletti is right here, which means the car doesn't have performance. Aston Martin have lost a step. Franco Colapinto has done a phenomenal lap to put the car in P13. Alexander Albon needs to find some pace. Fernando Alonso lost some pace. Kimi Antonelli put purple sector 1. Holy shit. Kimi Antonelli just put in a purple sector 1. Can he go P1? Because right now, as I'm seeing, you got Max Verstappen, both of the McLarens and both of the Mercedes drivers, and right now both of the Ferrari drivers are in the mix as well. So they can all, fight for pole position. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I think within 10 everybody's gonna be within a 10. Kimi Antonelli does purple sector 1, purple sector 2. The track is the fastest right now. Hamilton, Verstappen and Leclerc are doing their outlap, and so is George Russell. Fernando Alonso doing his outlap as well. So is Colapinto and Stroll. I'm really interested to see what these guys can do. Kimi Antonelli goes P2 second fastest at 10th down. He fucked up the last sector a little bit. 1:36.0 at 10th down on Lando Norris. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. Norris was actually 2/10 faster than Kimi in the final sector alone. So there, I think. The thing with Kimi is that he needs to, obviously he needs to grow, he needs a little bit more experience. Norris has been in this game for 7 years. This is 7th season in Formula 1. And in that experience, he's going to know how to keep the tires alive throughout the entire lap. So both of the Haas's are now exiting the pit lane. They need to deliver, especially Esteban Ocon. So Lewis Hamilton is on his timed lap, I think, and yeah, he's going decent. I guess we will see when the timing speeds come on. He just needs to do a personal best right now. He doesn't need to fly too much. Personal best, Lewis, is gonna be great. Let's not take many risks. Let's not break the fucking car. Let's not, tag a barrier somewhere and to, take the front wing. Lance Stroll is improving as well. I'm more excited to see about Fernando Alonso, Alex Albon, and Franco Colapinto. Franco Colapinto is going to do a great job, I think. Goes to the hairpin. Could have been a little bit tidier, but decent. Exactly. Amazing. Lewis Hamilton is improving his time, dude. He's almost as quick as Norris. I think he lost like half a tenth or a tenth now to Norris. He got squirrely coming out of the corner. He's improving his personal best, and that's what we need from Lewis. Lewis just needs to put in his personal best times. Goes around the final corner. Purple sector 3. Lewis Hamilton goes P1. Holy shit, he is back. Lewis Hamilton is back. He is back. Fastest sector 3 goes to Lewis Hamilton. It's gonna be amazing. It's amazing. Now we are seeing some people in the back of Aston Martin garage. Okay, great. Now we are seeing the track. Who else is on? Okay, Yuki Tsunoda is now on his lap. Bro, don't fuck it up, man. If Yuki Tsunoda gets knocked out in Q1 while Verstappen is fighting for pole, it's going to be sad. After such a good weekend in Azerbaijan, where everybody was like, wow, Yuki is back, Yuki has finally found the rhythm. Yuki is just marginally faster than Franco Colapinto, by the way. Oh my god. And what about Franco? Is Franco improving? Norris is finding more time. He is a tenth faster than Lewis Hamilton alone. Yellow flag somewhere. I think Yuki Tsunoda is getting cooked now. Oh, Pierre Gasly fucked it into the barriers. Where did he do it? Yuki is out. Gasly saying something. So Pierre Gasly lost the car, lost the steering. He had some technical issues. That's why he's fucked. Now let's see what Yuki Tsunoda can do. And where is Pierre Gasly? Oh, well, fortunately Yuki was, outside of that area, ahead of that area. But come on, Yuki, you gotta get out, man. You gotta get out. Oh, thank God. Yuki Tsunoda makes it into Q2. Both of the Alpines are out. Both of the Saubers are out. Esteban Ocon is out. Gabriel Bortoleto is yet to finish his lap, so I guess we will see. Gabriel Bortoleto is still pushing. Esteban Ocon is still pushing, but Esteban has to go through like a yellow flag section. But it's gonna be hard. Gabriel Bortoleto is improving though. Alexander Albon is in danger. He barely goes faster. This is the problem. Esteban Ocon goes in. I mean, he loses a little bit of time in sector 2. And he stays 19th, so yeah, whatever. There's nothing much you can do. Norris was actually improving. He was a tenth up on Lewis Hamilton in the first sector alone. He was improving. The track is improving significantly. It's going to be like a matter of who starts his lap when, but at the same time, the yellow flag caused by Pierre Gasly is proof that anything can happen. Oh, Pierre Gasly didn't fuck it into the barriers. He just parked the car. He couldn't steer the car anymore. Lance Stroll brushed the barriers somewhere. Wow. Ooh, Franco Colapinto also did the same. Franco was doing a good enough job though. I will give him that. Yeah, I think Gabriel Bortoleto could have made it into Q2, but the yellow flag I think screwed him a bit. Yeah, tough luck, man, tough luck. Nico Hulkenberg made it into Q2. This is insane. One of the few occasions in which Hulkenberg has outqualified his teammate in the 2025 Formula 1 season, ladies and gentlemen. And now we will have like a 10-minute break before it resumes. So we'll wait. Unbelievable. This always goes back. So Lance Stroll is complaining on the radio, and he was like, "Oh, this qualifying run was horrible." But Fernando Alonso is through, I think. Crazy. Crazy. So, the first part of qualifying is over. We got both of the French drivers out, Alpine of Pierre Gasly because of some technical issues, and Esteban Ocon because he doesn't know how to drive. Then Franco Colapinto did his best, but he is new, but it is what it is. Lance Stroll, he deliberately screwed up his qualifying, so tomorrow he can put in some great overtaking rules for all of us to enjoy. Gabriel Bortoleto was impeded by the yellow flags caused by Pierre Gasly, otherwise he would have been out. He, I think, got knocked out by, 400 of a second. That's too less. Alex Albon is lucky to get through. So is Fernando Alonso and Nico Hulkenberg. Lewis Hamilton 6 centimeters close to the wall. Anyway. Then we got Liam Lawson, and this is going to be concerning. I was concerned about Liam Lawson, but fortunately he made it through. Then Carlos Sainz, thank God, Yuki Tsunoda made it through. The Williams are not where I thought them would be. I thought they would be around Isaac Hadjar. So anyway, Williams are a little bit behind. They need to find some pace. Bortoleto radio. Yeah, Bortoleto is saying the same thing. It's about the yellow flags. Yeah, then Yuki Tsunoda made it through. Oliver Bearman, my favorite rookie, is going to go to Q3, I think. Then Charles Leclerc needs to find some pace. And it's all about the track evolution. The thing is, one of the key things about qualifying in Singapore is that you need to put in your lap late, but at the same time you have to keep on banging those laps in continuously because you never know when there is a red flag or a yellow flag. That's the problem of qualifying in Singapore, because it's too close, and if someone misses it, they're in the barriers, and there's going to be a red flag or a yellow flag, and you're basically screwed. So obviously you have to put in the lap as late as possible because the track will be evolved and it will give you an advantage, but at the same time you have to be mindful of potential yellow flags and red flags. So we will see. So far the Ferrari pace, Verstappen pace, Mercedes pace, which is very interesting, that is something that I did not expect, has held up. Top 4 are 4 different teams. We got Max Verstappen in a Red Bull, Lando Norris in a McLaren, George Russell in a Mercedes, and Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari. All 4 teams, 4 different drivers. I mean, obviously it's going to be different drivers, but 4 different teams, that's the big thing. So 4 different teams at least are going to be fighting for pole position, and it's just best. This is one of the primary reasons why Singapore is one of the best street circuits. One of the best, because the undercutting impact is massive in Singapore, The strategy game plan is massive. Yeah, and in that case, I give the advantage to Red Bull because they're good at executing that. Those aggressive strategies. Because they got Max Verstappen, they can do anything. But let's see. How long do we have before the second qualifying starts? We got who got eliminated. So both of the Alpine, one Haas, one Kick Sauber, and one Aston Martin. So we'll see who gets knocked out. If Yuki Tsunoda makes it through to Q3, it's gonna be insane. But I think it can be difficult for him. Orange Army in Singapore. Okay, we are seeing the crowd. I mean, there's nothing going on, so they're just showing the crowd source. The point is, if Lewis Hamilton gets between Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri in Singapore, then it's gonna be fun. And then Charles Leclerc is also there. Leclerc didn't do a lap later on, but he definitely does have the pace. Leclerc needs to, time his lap right. But at the same time, Kimi Antonelli has found his groove. It's going to be a fun qualifying because it's Singapore, and things are evolving and anything can happen. That's the best part. I'm actually, like, in terms of rookies, obviously Oliver Behrman's pace and the fact that he put it in P9 was kind of surprising. So so him and Isaac Hadjar, obviously, and now Kimi Antonelli. The three rookies are on fire. I mean, Kimi Antonelli is a bit expected because he's in a Mercedes, but Isaac Hadjar and Oliver Behrman, holy shit, these two guys, man. Some of the best driving I have seen this season come from Isaac Hadjar, especially in qualifying. Some of the best qualifying came from Isaac Hadjar, and he out-qualified Yuki Tsunoda on the second race in China. In China, Isaac Hadjar out-qualified Yuki Tsunoda. It's insane. It's unbelievable. Great driver. What a driver, man, this guy. Start of Q2 is delayed. Why? But why though? Can we get a 3 more minutes? Okay, so Pierre Gasly's car has caused the delay for Q2, and we have 3 minutes to go right now, so I have to just some nonsense and see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be very exciting right now. Q2, let me just switch to the tab. And yeah, who do you think is gonna be on pole though? I mean, it depends, right? Whoever goes last, but at the same time you don't need a yellow flag or fucking red flag. So whoever goes the latest, I would say Max Verstappen and Lando Norris go the latest. And here's the critical thing. Let's say Max Verstappen, yellow print input. Oh my god. Bortolito, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Russell and Stroll had a yellow flag infringement. I'm assuming it was the Gasly situation. Oh my god. So some of these guys, I think George Russell may, that's not 100% confirmed, but George Russell may get a like, what is it called, grid penalty, but I don't think they're gonna give too many red flags. I mean, it was not really a threat, but at the same time it's a yellow flag. Anyway, who is gonna qualify on P1 on the front row? Max Verstappen definitely has to be on front row, because in a situation where there's a lot of pressure and you basically have to you have one lap to do it and you have to do it as late as possible, then I guess it goes to Max Verstappen. Now, do will we see some drivers playing some dirty tricks? Let's say Max Verstappen puts it on pole in the first run of Q3. In the second run, he's seeing that Norris is improving. Is he going to deliberately fuck it into the barriers and just nick his front wing a little bit to cause a yellow flag? Will he do that? I don't know. It will be like Michael Schumacher. You know what Michael Schumacher did in Monaco a long time ago. I don't remember when. He was really good. I think it was 2005 when he did it in Monaco. Michael Schumacher in Monaco, one of the best champions of the sport, but he's a cheater. Let's be honest. But I don't think Max Verstappen is going to do that. So I'm interested in seeing who is going to use these dirty tactics. Nico Rosberg used it against Lewis Hamilton in Monaco. And who else used it? Sergio Perez used it in Monaco against Max Verstappen, and he won that race 2022. That was interesting. Who else has used these type of dirty tactics? In Singapore, it has happened with Renault actually. It didn't happen in the qualifying sesh, but it happened in the main race with Fernando Alonso and Nelson Piquet Jr. So that can definitely happen. So dirty tactics. But I think now we will know. So Max Verstappen is the first one out on brand new soft tires. Q2 will be delayed by 1 more minute. Verstappen is still waiting at the front of it. Yeah, we gotta wait for 1 more minute. We got red light now right now, so we got a red min stop. Yep, we got green lights and Verstappen rolls out of into the pit lane, not into the pit lane, onto the track. Behind him is the Haas of Oliver Behrman. Behind him is the Racing Bull of Isaac Hadjar, and behind him are the pair of Williams led by Alexander Albon. Following him closely is the Smooth Operator. Behind him, behind the Williams pair, we have, I will tell you once the race director stops showing us crowd shots and the people in the garage, the celebrities and whatnot, and the partners of the drivers. It's okay. Now we got Carlos Sainz on board, and behind Carlos Sainz we have an Aston Martin. I think that's Fernando Alonso. So behind Carlos Sainz we have the Spanish, his countryman Fernando Alonso, and who is behind Fernando? I think it's Liam Lawson probably. It has to be Liam. Anyway, we'll see. I'm excited to see what Hamilton versus Verstappen looks like in the Q2 session. Let's see what happens. Verstappen is about to start his time lap. Both of the McLaren and the Mercedes and Nico Hülkenberg are in the pits. So Max Verstappen starts his timed lap, and yeah, Verstappen starting his time lap, and we will see if he can deliver. We need him to deliver. If Verstappen puts it on pole, and not both of them, this is a possibility that Verstappen will put it on pole. But I don't know. But the thing that I don't know at this point is Verstappen in comparison to Piastri and Norris. Piastri is more important because Norris is beatable in terms of points. He's still a long way out, but yeah, Verstappen needs to win this one. I think he can win. If he wins this one, he can definitely win the next one. Not the next one, but most of the remaining 6 races after Singapore. because Singapore is kind of like a test track for Red Bull, and Helmut Marko said that we need to put the pressure on. Verstappen is, I mean, this is not a good lap from Max. He's having to do a lot of steering correction. I mean, he's faster, much more faster, I guess. He did the first two sectors in 1:43, 1 minute 4 seconds and 300ths, which is decent. But let's see what's his overall lap time. We are looking for a 1:30.0. Max, let's see. 1:29.7. Okay, Max Verstappen is on the limit. He's gonna get pole, man. Verstappen is gonna get pole. So, if Verstappen gets pole, who is P2? That's the most important thing. Oliver Bearman is 5 tenths behind Max Verstappen, which is to be expected. We're just seeing the... Okay, now Charles Leclerc on board. Has he started his lap time? But Verstappen is flying. He is 1:29.7, and he's gonna go even faster. He found the lap time. But I guess we will see where the Ferraris go. Leclerc is on his time lap, and we'll see. On a personal best, not as fast as Verstappen. Going to the hairpin. George Russell, purple sector 1. Osama bin Russell is another guy, but again, crashes can happen. Anyone can fuck it into the barriers. But I don't think, I mean, something tells me that in this session nobody's gonna fuck it into the barriers, except for like the rookies pushing too hard. I don't think the new guys are going to make that mistake. I don't think so. But again, you never know. You never know. That usually happens in Jeddah. Singapore is kind of like different. But George Russell is flying so far. Personal best sector 2, 1:46. Slightly behind Verstappen, I would say so far. But he can pick it up in the final sector. If he goes purple sector, Antonelli goes purple sector 2. The Mercedes are a genuine contender for pole position. Oh, George Russell touches the barrier, does he? Russell cuts the beam and is fourth fastest. I think, yeah, he fucked it up a little bit in the first sector, and I think he touched the barriers in the final sector. It was turn 17. Kimi Antonelli goes P2. Antonelli did a great lap. Antonelli is probably going to qualify around George Russell, very close to, maybe even ahead of him. Norris goes P3, 1:30.0, 3 tenths behind Verstappen. Almost 3 tenths. Oscar Piastri, purple sector 2. Let's see what Piastri can do, man, because Piastri seems to be the faster McLaren. Yeah, he goes second fastest within a tenth of Max Verstappen. The thing is, if Verstappen is on pole... Oh, Antonelli's track time got deleted because of track limits in turn 2. Shit, that was a good lap though. Oh, Lewis Hamilton. He had a bit of a correction going through some lap, but let's see. He's on a personal best. The thing about Lewis is that he just focuses on improving and getting comfortable in the car, because that's all he can do. And he has explained his approach to qualifying in some other interview a long time ago. And he just goes session by session, run by run, goes third fastest, 2 tenths down, almost 2 tenths down, less than 2 tenths down from Max Verstappen, probably going to be on the second row. Ferraris are like second row material. I would say Mercedes, Piastri at least, and Verstappen are going to be fighting for pole. Wow! Leclerc is shit. I mean, he didn't find the time. He needs to go again. Leclerc needs to go again, man. Oh my god. Leclerc is 13th fastest. That's not good. So far we have Verstappen, Piastri, Hamilton. Norris is a little bit further behind, and then we got Isaac Hadjar, Fernando Alonso. Lewis had a little bit of moments though. Lewis had a bit of a moment. About like with the steering correction. Let's see what Charles did here. Ooh, he touched the barrier somewhere. Charles Leclerc touched the barrier. Where is this? The problem with Singapore is that I never remember the corner number. It's always confusing. Kimi Antonelli ran wide in turn 2. This is turn 1. Almost. He was there within the track limits, I think. I think he was within track limits, maybe. But I guess. Bit of him was off track. There is some debris. Turn 14 actually that is. Okay, this is turn 14, got it. Turn 14, Charles Leclerc hits the barrier, too close to the wall, 0 centimeters. And there was a little bit of a spark, so he needs to go into the pits and check for suspension damage. I hope that there is no suspension damage. And there is some emoji. Leclerc needs to go, man. He's P13 right now, otherwise he's gonna get eliminated. So in the elimination zone, we got Yuki Tsunoda, or as Red Bull likes to call him, the Disgrace. And then we got Charlie Charles. Then we got Alexander Albon, who is struggling to find some time, and Kimi Antonelli's lap time has capitulated, but he has the pace. If he just keeps it clean, I think he will be through. But Verstappen is like very comfortable. He again is doing his outlap. Kimi Antonelli is finishing his outlap, and he's about to start his lap time. But Max Verstappen is out on the track. Charles Leclerc is going through some quick suspension repairs. Not suspension repairs, they're replacing his front wing for some reason. Did he damage his front wing? I don't think so. I don't know. I genuinely don't think that he damaged his front wing. The McLaren boys are waiting. I mean, I don't think the McLarens need to go again because they're safe and they will be through. But Oliver Behrman is on his outlap. Or Behrman needs to put in a lap. Tsunoda needs to put in a lap. Everybody needs to go and put in a lap. But Max Verstappen is probably safe because he's in the 129s. He's in 129.7. I guess it will be pole time will be around high 129s, 129.2, 3, around that. I don't think they can go much faster than that though. But we will see though. We will see. F1. Oh my god. Kimi Antonelli doing a great job. Oh my god, he's slower in the first sector. Yeah, he has some steering corrections somewhere. I think we're on turn 5. He's not comfortable. I think Kimi might get knocked out, man. I would say Kimi Antonelli might get knocked out. He needs the next 2 sectors to be perfect. Is it perfect? George Russell, purple sector 1. Kimi Antonelli is fucking it up, man. Purple sector 2 for Kimi Antonelli. Okay, thank god. He's bringing it back, boys. He's bringing it back. We're good. So the people who can get knocked out in Q2, I would say Yuki Tsunoda. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Probably Liam Lawson and Hulkenberg could be the case. Then there is the Haas of Oliver Behrman in terms of pace and quality compared with Kimi Antonelli goes the fastest 129.6. Holy shit. Great lap, he saved it. He saved it in the last 2 sectors. God bless him. George Russell is flying though. Purple sector 1, personal best sector 2, and sector 3 he is also looking comfy. So George Russell might put it on pole. Like professional pole. I mean Q2 still doesn't matter. cuts the beam and goes even faster. Again, I genuinely don't think Max Verstappen needed to go out and do another lap though. But Alex Albon is improving. He is shit. He is slower than Hulkenberg at the end of the first two sectors in the mega final sector. Where is Carlos? Verstappen is, wow, 1/100th of a second slower than Russell, slots in right between. So it's a straight fight between Mercedes and Verstappen for pole position. Alex Albon needs to, oh my god, Alexander Albon just goes through. I think the Williams might get knocked out too. Even if they don't get knocked out, they'll just qualify in the top 10. Their pace has vanished. Yeah, the pace has gone a little bit. Isaac Hadjar is pushing. I mean, Hadjar will go through. Behrman needs a good sector 3, very good sector 3. Alex Albon doesn't improve, stays 7th. We got a minute on the clock right now. Carlos Sainz gets pushed into the elimination zone. Oliver Behrman goes P8, improves a little bit of time. Lando Norris P6 at the moment. Let's see what he can do. Charles Leclerc is in the bottom fight, man. Charles Leclerc needs a mega sector 2 and sector 3. Lando Norris improves to P4. Lando has lost about 2/10 and a bit, 2.5 tenths to Max Verstappen. Not just to Max Verstappen, but like the top runners. I don't think the McLarens are going to be on pole. I genuinely don't think, if the drivers are shit. When it's about pushing the car hard and driving at the limit of the car and the edge of the track, the McLaren drivers kind of fail to do that. We are seeing this right now. Okay, Charles Leclerc is improving. Bro, Leclerc needs this final sector, man. He needs the purple sector 3 to be comfortably through. Who else is on their laps? Is Sainz on a lap? Tsunoda is in the pit, so he's knocked out. Fucking idiot. Nico Hulkenberg goes P10. Leclerc goes P6. Great job. Great job. Oliver Behrman is through. Didn't I say that Oliver Behrman is going to make it through the Q3? He did it. And Isaac Hadjar is there too. And my another favorite rookie, Fernando Alonso, is there too. Great job. Great job, Fernando. Liam Lawson, a disgrace in qualifying as usual. Just fucked it up. This is the problem with Lawson, man. He needs to improve in quali. His race pace is good, his execution is good, his defense is great. We saw this like in multiple races this season already, and earlier also. He's good in wheel-to-wheel fight, but he's just shit at quali. He's just shit at quali. Unfortunate. So the eliminated guys are Hulkenberg, both of the Williams, Liam Lawson, and Yuki Tsunoda. So it's great. So technically, Albon, Sainz, Lawson, Tsunoda, 4 drivers from the Red Bull family, are eliminated along with Nico Hulkenberg. So that's that. Great, great stuff. Right, so now it's clear that the battle for pole is going to be between Mercedes and Red Bull. And Red Bull are quick, which means Verstappen is going to win the remaining races of the 2025 Formula 1 season, which means Oscar Piastri needs to be P2 in all of those races, and hope that Max Verstappen doesn't win in one of those races so that he can win and then secure the world championship. The fight is still on, man. The thing is, a lot of people are dumb, so they will say that, oh, Verstappen did not pull away significantly from the McLarens in Singapore, so the title fight is not there. But what they don't understand is that Red Bull are supposed to struggle in Singapore, and they did not. Verstappen is fighting for pole. He's a genuine contender for pole position. And if this is the case for Red Bull in Singapore relative to the McLarens, You can only imagine how fast Verstappen is gonna be in the remaining 6 races after Singapore. So the title fight, the way I see it, is still on. Both of the Williams get knocked out, which is expected. Nico Hülkenberg got knocked out, expected. Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda, I mean, they're not talented, so that's also expected. Oliver Bearman makes it through, but I think he's gonna be P10 unless something crazy happens. Now this is where things are gonna be great. I think we have like 9 more minutes to go, and then we will start the Q3 session. Ooh, Lando Norris kissing the last like the barrier around the last corner. 4 minutes before we get started with yeah, 4 minutes, right? It's gonna be insane. So we will see Q3. Let's just get started with that. But let me just see this one. What else? Like what other takeaways there? Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris are legitimately extracting the maximum performance they could, but since they are not as talented as Verstappen and Russell in terms of driving the car at the limit and at the edge of the track, they cannot extract more performance. I genuinely think if Verstappen was in this car, he would be like, he would have a nice buffer on pole position. But either way, I will shit on the McLaren drivers on a different video, but the point I'm trying to make is that in this qualifying session, based on what we have seen so far, these three, Osama bin Russell and Kimi Taliban Toleli and Sid Verstappen, these are the three people in contention for pole position around the streets of Marina Bay. So we will see how things pan out. We got a bit more than 2 minutes to go, so I'll just I don't know what I will do to kill the time. I'll just keep on saying what I see on the track. The drivers, I mean the cars are already on the pit lane. The Haas and the Mercedes boys. Brand new soft tires. Norris is fucked, man. I mean not Norris. I mean Norris is not gonna win the world championship, so it's basically gone. These races keep on going away and he keeps on losing points. This is gonna be a concerning race because yeah, if Oscar Piastri gets stuck behind someone and doesn't make the most of it in the main race, then it's gonna be tough for him. Because he's gonna lose points to Max Verstappen. If Max Verstappen is at front, then it's just gonna be nearly impossible to overtake him. But we will see though, we'll see. We'll see if Verstappen can put it on the pole. If Verstappen puts it on the pole and he leads into turn 1, then he's gonna win the race. That's just how it's gonna be. He's going to stretch his legs while everybody else behind just keeps on fighting with one another. And you know, that's gonna be the end of it. But Isaac Hadjar too. I think he has like a 10th or 2, 10th and a bit in his pocket. So he can definitely be in around top 6. I genuinely believe Isaac Hadjar can be on top 6. Let's see, the Q3 is underway. And we will see who is where. $199 championship points remaining. And we all want Max Verstappen to win, obviously. Because the title fight between Norris and Piastri is not interesting, so we really don't. There is no animosity there. There is no freaking head games and mind games and snide remarks. They're not trying to burn the house down, which is, fine, good from a personal perspective, but you also have to do a little bit of shit talking because the entertainment is what drives value to Formula 1. If Formula 1 is not entertaining, nobody's gonna watch it. I am not really interested in watching a bunch of emotionally mature people driving around fast cars. I want people who have been traumatized when they're kids and have, deep issues. Because that's when the drama happens, and that's what Formula 1 is all about. I mean, except for innovation and sustainability and all this garbage. But I mean, innovation most importantly, because that's driving the human civilization forward. But innovation and a close second is entertainment. We need the entertainment, and Piastri and Norris failed to entertain us, and that's why we are now, mid-season switching teams. Not switching teams. I genuinely want a good fight between Verstappen and Piastri, and I want Verstappen to win. I mean because it's gonna be entertaining. What I'm wishing is not wishing for my personal gains based on my personal biases. I am doing it for the general fun of the sport and the growth of the sport and all of the fans across the world. If Piastri versus Norris, not Piastri versus Norris, Verstappen versus Piastri happens and they lock horns and Verstappen wins, edges him out by a couple of points towards the end race, final lap, Abu Dhabi. Imagine it happens again in Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen overtakes Oscar Piastri to win the world title. It's gonna be fucking insane. If that happens, obviously, that's what I want. And I don't want it for myself. I want it for everybody watching Formula 1. I want people watching Formula 1 2025 season to have a good time. I want them to enjoy this. That's why, I constantly have a communion with the racing gods and pray to them for like a McLaren double DNF and a Verstappen win in Singapore. So we will see what happens though. So who has started their time lap? Is it someone is about to start their time lap. Let's see. But Mercedes are looking crazy strong. George Russell starts his time lap, and there we go. Ooh, on the edge. Did he? Was he all four wheels off the track in turn 1? I think he was on the edge, but for sure. Kimi Antonelli has also started his time lap. Someone ahead of him in McLaren needs to get the fuck out of the way. He does. Purple sector 1. It's the first run in Q3. We will see how the track evolves. We will see how the lap time tumbles down. Okay, and so far so good. No, not any kind of squirrely moments. We got Kimi Antonelli on his personal best. Still improving. The track is improving. Russell is doing a great job, man. This is the thing about Russell. Russell is capable of putting in those perfect laps. That's how good he is. Purple sector 2 for George Russell. Ooh, kisses the barrier in turn 16. I think he was millimeters away from the wall, which is perfect. Let's see what he can do. I think he's going to put in the... Ooh. Touches the barrier a little bit in the final corner. 129.1, which is super fast, which is way too fast. Oliver Bearman is a second down on him. Oh my god, Kimi Antonelli got a little bit squirrely. Turn 6 to turn 18, I think. But let's see, but he will still be good. But he lost a tenth and a bit in that corner alone. Personal best, did a 129.5, not bad. Let's see what Norris can do. Norris is already 4 tenths down on George Russell by the first 2 sectors. So as I mentioned, the McLaren boys are not in contention for pole. It could be the Ferrari boys, but we will see, man. We will see. Oof, no, I don't think the Ferrari boys, because Leclerc is even further behind Russell in the first 2 sectors than Norris. So it's gonna be Mercedes versus Verstappen for pole. Then it's gonna be the McLaren boys. Then it's gonna be the Ferrari boys. Oh man, Ferrari has lost some pace to it. It's not good. Yeah, I'm just disappointed. Now I'm only primarily focused on, yeah, those guys. Charles can P4, 6 turns down. Expected. Huh? Alright, so Verstappen does a purple sector 2. But I think Verstappen can find lap time later on. We have time for Verstappen 4. Oscar Piastri puts it on the front row, provisional P2, but I think Verstappen is going to go quicker than Piastri. Can Verstappen put it on the front row? Can he? He needs a purple sector 3 though. Ooh, he barely. Holy shit. Verstappen purple sector 2, purple sector 3. Almost close, almost close. Nearly 2 tenths behind George Russell, but George Russell made a lot of progress in the first sector alone. George Russell has 3 purple sectors, Verstappen had 2. He improved in the sector 2, sector 3, but I think he lost a lot of time in the first sector. We need to see the comparison. George Russell was great, had a mega first sector. Ooh. George Russell almost touched the barrier in the, ooh, he did touch the barrier, scraped a little bit. But I hopefully no other safety car or whatever happens. Piastri also touched the walls around turn 18. Yep, Piastri and Russell, both of them touched the wall in turn 18. That's why I think they lost a little bit of time. So you can expect Piastri to go faster. You can expect Russell to even stretch his legs further, which is concerning because I think we want Max Verstappen to be on pole. So we'll see. Red Bull and Verstappen needs to find a little bit of extra pace. And so do Ferrari, but I don't have any hope on Ferrari. So Ferrari have screwed up. I don't think they have nothing left. They're making some changes. I hope they're making some changes to Leclerc's car, man. He is way too behind. If I hope Leclerc doesn't over push the car, try to overdrive it, and put it in the fucking barrier. MaxVerstappen.com Racing. Let's see what happens. But I'm really sad for Yuki Tsunoda, man. Did they send Lewis on used tires? Did they send Lewis on used tires? Oh my god, they did. They did send Lewis on used tires. So Lewis Hamilton is not going to improve. It's just how it's gonna be. I don't know why. What is the thinking of Ferrari? Maybe there's a little bit of life left in those tires. Is that Hamilton or is that Leclerc? I think that's Hamilton. The yellow helmet, right? But anyway, let's see. Norris is on his outlap. 3 more minutes to go. A bit more than 3 minutes. So I don't think Piastri is going to be gaining any points from Verstappen in this race, but Verstappen needs to win this one, just to show that on a track where he is supposed to be slower than McLaren, where his Red Bull at least, is supposed to be slower. Verstappen rolls out of the pit, but I really don't understand why they put Lewis Hamilton on the used softs. Do they not want him to improve? Or is he out of tires? We never know. These are the things about Ferrari we never know. Oscar Piastri. Is it Piastri or is it Norris? So Norris has just started, is about to start his time lap. I think, yeah, he just started his time lap. Let's see what Norris can do, man. Oh, he just had, I mean, he fucked up the first sector. Little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Probably lost half a tenth. At least a tenth. It's a little bit squarely. The problem with getting things wrong, yeah, he is 2 tenths down than his best time in first sector. No, 2 tenths down from Russell in the first sector. So it's not a good lap for Norris. So Norris is out for contention for pole. He's not gonna save. Yeah, he's not gonna pull out 3 tenths in the next 2 sectors. Not, I mean, not based on what we have seen. If he gets desperate, he's gonna put it in the wall. Might as well be a solid P5 than a overly ambitious P10. Leclerc is 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths slower than Russell in the first sector. So Leclerc is also out of contention for pole. Next is George Russell, just started his new lap. He is slower than himself. He did not improve. Russell is not improved on his first sector time. But sector 2 and sector 3 could be interesting. Norris kisses the barrier in turn 18. Stays 5th. Norris doesn't improve. Norris doesn't have time to do another lap. It's over for Norris. P5. 4 tenths off of Russell. Charles Leclerc is desperately trying to improve. He is on a personal best lap, but he is not improving at all. Let's see what George Russell can do. Oh my god, George Russell goes even faster. Purple sector 2, holy shit. The only person right now who can beat is Max Verstappen. George Russell is still improving. Leclerc is P7, didn't improve. Hamilton, probably not. It's gonna be horrible, man. It's horrible for Ferrari. I think they lost in pace. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is also slow in the first sector. George Russell, ooh, he goes even faster, extends his lead. Max Verstappen needs it, man. The only person who can do it is Max Verstappen. Kimi Antonelli P4. Not bad for him, second row. Provisional though. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is fucked. He is half a second down by the end of sector 2. He's not gonna pull it out. Let's see about Max Verstappen. All eyes on Verstappen. Oh, like, why are we seeing Hamilton's on board? He's not gonna put it on pole. Can we see? Okay, yeah, Verstappen is gonna be P2. Oh my god, he's squarely. I don't think Verstappen is gonna improve. Yeah. He cooked the turn 16. He had a bad sector 2. He needed a mega sector 2. He had a bad sector 2. He's not gonna make up that much time. Yeah, I think he abandoned the lap. He's just gonna do it for the sake of it, but wow. So George Russell is on pole, Verstappen front row. It's great. So George Russell on pole, Max Verstappen P2, Oscar Piastri P3, and Kimi Antonelli P4. So that's your front 2 rows. So yeah, great job George. Great job George. Great job Max. Because as you can see now, one of the interesting things I want to show it to you is the relative pace difference between Red Bull and McLaren. Verstappen's Red Bull and Piastri's McLaren anyway, to be precise. It's good, it's massive. So if Verstappen gets a good start, But yeah, like that's that. And the third row is all British third row with Norris and Hamilton. Then after that is Ferrari and Isaac Hadjar, and then Oliver Bear and Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso was nowhere. I mean, they didn't really have the pace, but just happy that Hadjar, Bearman, and Fernando, three amazing rookies, promising ones, and definitely future world champions, have made it through. And yeah, it's great to see. Great to see. Toto Wolff is smiling year to year, and he got pole position. Leclerc is extremely disappointed. You can see it on his face. Ferrari were supposed to be quick in Singapore and they fucked it up massively. I don't really understand. At the start of the weekend, Russell said that that they would be struggling and Ferrari would be ahead of them, but it didn't work out. So it's a season to forget for Ferrari. Absolutely disgusting performance. On tracks where they're supposed to be good, they're fucking it up. But all the credit goes to Max Verstappen, and he was disappointed after qualifying P2, obviously, because he's Max, which is a good thing if you look at the broad picture, because it means that there is more pace in that Red Bull. And if the Red Bull is faster than McLaren in Singapore, title fight is still on, is all I'm trying to say. So okay, alright, that's the qualifying, guys. That's all there is. And I guess I'll make a reaction video on top of it. So thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I will just turn it off now.